In the heart of Lagos, where the city hummed with the steady rhythm of commerce and chatter, the streets were adorned with tinsel and flickering lights. Cars honked in the distance, weaving between stalls, while children darted across the sidewalks, their laughter mingling with the calls of street vendors selling roasted corn and fresh puff-puff. The air carried the scent of fried plantains, jollof rice, and the tang of the lagoon from the waterfront nearby. Among the dense streets and the vibrant clamour of the city, two children, 8-year-old Toby and Amaka, prepared for Christmas morning with hearts brimming with excitement. The two had been friends since they could remember, neighbours in a modest Lagos neighbourhood where the houses were close together, walls painted in bright colours, and corrugated roofs glinting in the afternoon sun. The evening before Christmas, Toby helped his mother string fairy lights along the balcony, the tiny bulbs flickering and casting warm glows onto the walls of their home. "Toby, make sure you hang them evenly," his mother said, her hands full with plates of fried meat and sticky jollof rice cooling on the counter. Toby grinned, carefully adjusting each strand, his tongue peeking from the corner of his mouth in concentration. "Yes, Mama. This is going to be the brightest Christmas yet," he said, imagining the joy on Amaka's face when she came to see the display. Meanwhile, Amaka was inside her family's small living room, wrapping gifts for her parents and little brother. The crumpled brown paper and colourful ribbons were strewn across the floor, but she worked with quiet determination, whispering her little notes of love onto each tag. "For Mama, because she works so hard. For Papa, because he always makes me laugh," she muttered, her small fingers fumbling with the tape, sticky with glue. As night settled over Lagos, the city lights gleamed, reflecting off puddles from a recent drizzle. Toby and Amaka met at their usual spot under the large mango tree at the end of their street. "Did you bring the cookies?" Amaka asked, her eyes sparkling in the lamplight. Toby nodded, opening his small backpack to reveal carefully packed biscuits, some shaped like stars, others like tiny Christmas trees. They shared them quietly, giggling as a stray dog wandered by, sniffing the air. "Do you think everyone will like the gifts tomorrow?" Amaka asked, concern lining her tiny forehead. Toby shrugged. "It's not just about the gifts, Amaka. It's about making people smile." The two nodded in unison, a silent agreement that the true meaning of Christmas was in giving and sharing joy, not in what one could receive. The next morning, Lagos awakened with a buzz of anticipation. Market sellers shouted their greetings in a blend of Yoruba, Igbo, and Pidgin, calling out, "Merry Christmas. Buy your suya, hot and fresh." Toby and Amaka made their way through the bustling streets, each carrying a small bundle of carefully wrapped gifts for their neighbours, friends, and the elderly on their street. They stopped first at Madame Funk's corner shop, where the kind woman always offered them sweet treats and soft drinks. "Merry Christmas, Madame Funk," they exclaimed together. The woman's eyes lit up as she received the small gifts, laughing. "You children are full of spirit. Come inside, have some sugarcane while I make you some fresh zobo." Toby and Amaka clutched their bundles tighter, hearts swelling with the warmth that came from giving rather than receiving. By mid-morning, the streets were alive with children racing past, some with tiny sleds crafted from discarded crates, pushing each other with squeals of laughter. Toby and Amaka navigated carefully, waving at familiar faces, stopping occasionally to help a younger child tie a ribbon around a gift. They approached a narrow alley where an elderly man, Mr. Aide, lived alone, his roof patched with sheets of metal. Toby tapped lightly on the wooden door, and Mr. Aide opened it slowly, his face creased with age and surprise. "Merry Christmas, sir," Toby said, handing him a small bag with handmade decorations and a warm scarf. Mr. Aide's eyes shimmered with tears. "Thank you, children, thank you. You have brought light to my day." Amaka smiled. "We just want everyone to be happy this Christmas, sir." As the sun climbed higher, Lagos heat mingled with the scent of roasting meat and sweet pastries. Toby and Amaka moved toward the waterfront, where fishermen were packing their nets and selling fresh tilapia and prawns. They approached a group of children their age who looked tired and hungry, sitting near a dusty shack. Amaka knelt, offering one of the biscuits she had baked the night before. "Here, have some." "Merry Christmas," she said softly. The children's faces lit up, tiny smiles spreading across their dusty cheeks. Toby joined, handing over small wooden toys he had carved, little cars and dolls. The children squealed with delight, and for a moment, the bustling Lagos chaos faded, replaced by laughter, shared joy, and the simple magic of giving. By afternoon, the two children made their way back to their street. The sun dipped lower, painting the sky in brilliant oranges and purples, and the twinkling Christmas lights began to shine against the early dusk. Toby and Amaka had walked for hours, delivering gifts, helping neighbours, sharing food, and spreading cheer. Their bundles were empty, but their hearts were full. They paused beneath the large mango tree, sitting side by side, breathing in the warm evening air scented with roasted corn and exhaust fumes. "I think we did good today," Toby said, a tired smile on his face. Amaka nodded. "The best Christmas ever, because we made so many people happy." A cool breeze swept through the street, carrying the distant echo of church bells from nearby Lagos chapels, mingling with laughter from children chasing each other down the street. Night fell, and Lagos glittered with Christmas lights reflecting in puddles and across painted walls. Toby and Amaka returned to their homes, greeted by warm dinners, laughter from family members, and the smell of jollof rice and baked chicken filling their small kitchens. That night, as the city quieted, the two children lay in their beds, thinking of the people they had helped, the smiles they had seen, and the joy of giving. Their hearts were light, their spirits lifted, and in the quiet of Lagos, beneath the stars and glimmering lights, the true magic of Christmas settled gently around them. The next morning, Toby and Amaka met again, eager to continue spreading joy, preparing small gifts for neighbours they hadn't yet visited. Together, they went door to door, singing carols, delivering cookies and handmade decorations, helping sweep porches, and assisting with errands. At one house, they found a young boy who had lost his shoes. Toby gave him a pair of small sandals he had outgrown, and Amaka tied a warm scarf around his neck. The boy's grin stretched from ear to ear, and the children felt their spirits soar. They continued like this, traversing the bustling Lagos streets, visiting vendors, elders, and families, sharing gifts, hugs, and smiles, embodying the true essence of the season. By late afternoon, the two children gathered near a small Lagos park, sitting on a painted bench, watching the sun begin to set behind the distant skyline. The smell of roasted corn, fried plantains, and faint exhaust filled the warm evening air. "We've done so much today," Amaka whispered. "I never imagined we could touch so many lives." Toby smiled. "Christmas is about more than gifts. It's about love, kindness, and helping others. We've done that, Amaka, and it feels amazing." A gentle breeze ruffled their hair, carrying the laughter of other children in the park and the distant ringing of church bells. They sat quietly, feeling the warmth of the season, knowing they had experienced the truest joy of all, a joy that came from giving, caring, and sharing the magic of Christmas in the bustling heart of Lagos.